I'm no ordinary business coach. I'm consistently ranked one of the top business coaches in the world, and for good reason. I do whatever it takes to help my clients get results, whether that's bottom line profits, expansion, or simply time with friends and family.
Well, Rent-A-Cop. We knew we had a premium service. That's one thing that we knew. What we didn't know was how to grow the business. Grow the brand. So Blair was able to, well, number one, teach us the fundamentals of business. He reminded us, why we're doing it in the first place. And then once we worked out with Blair what we were trying to achieve, it gave us a direction, and then he helped us create a path we wanted to achieve that goal.
We were stuck in a rut in a big way, where we were just going to work, doing the invoicing, getting paid, going back to work, doing the invoicing, getting paid. And we were struggling just to get in front, much like everybody else, and I was just sick of it. I wanted to better myself, better my family, and come up with a good plan and strong actions for moving forward. I wanted to expand. I wanted to do a lot more in the business, and we just needed direction and the right advice. And when I spoke with Bill and Blair, I thought that was the best way to go.
I decided I wanted to get a coach when I realised that where I was going at a particular time, I was either going forward or backwards. I was very comfortable, and I knew that to get to the next level, I really needed some professional help, someone that's already been there and done it before.
Life before I met Bill and Blair from Action Coach, it was a struggle. I was doing long hours. I was struggling to let go and get help within the business. I didn't know my numbers. Everything was all over the place. I thought we were doing great, and really when I stood back and had a look at what was going on, I really knew nothing about how our business was performing.
Our business was stagnating a little bit, and we wanted to take it to the next level. And since taking on Blair Harding, an Action Coach, we've been able to expand the business. And we've done that by systemising our tender process, quoting, that sort of stuff, and also our other office procedures. And our clients have been commenting on how professional we are.
From a very early age, I understood the value and the power in mentoring and coaching. I mean, every successful sports person and sports team that I knew had a coach. And I figured, why would that be any different in business? I mean, could you imagine walking off the field at the end of the game and not knowing the score? But yet I meet business owners all the time that don't know the score at the end of the day, and at the end of the week, or at the end of the month. So what I do is help my clients get clarity around those numbers, because I believe clarity is power.
Life now, after 6 months with Bill and Blair and the Action Coach program, it's good. We've come a long way. We've pretty much doubled our income, about 100% improvement. We have clarity around the numbers that we've got. We know that currently we convert at about 66%, which is great.
Since we've been involved with Blair, it's been about 10 months now, we've learned to focus more on the marketing side of the business. That's helped increase our turnover by 40%. We've implemented a lot of new systems, which has more than halved our workload in regards to processing bookings, etc.
Over the last year, we've probably turned the average spend per head around by about 28 to 30%. On top of that, we've cut costs by around 15, and there were a few just simple phone calls that Blair told us to make, which, like American Express for example, which is a 2% saving all of a sudden when you're turning over $1 million with American Express. It's quite a lot of money every year. And the turnover itself is up again by probably 20%. So if you factor in the average spends up, the turnover's up, and the cost of doing business is down, it's not a bad deal. It makes your fees look pretty good.
Since working with Blair Harding from Action Coach, we've nearly tripled our turnover. We have booked and paid for our first decent overseas holiday with our 2 young kids in nearly 8 years, and we have employed more staff.
Well, we've been coached by Bill and Blair for about 8 months now. The changes that have been made within the company are massive. Life is so much easier, relationship-wise and business-wise.
So far, we're a little over a year in. Our business has grown exponentially. We've seen growth already over 50% so far. We've already sold our first franchise on the Gold Coast, and we've got hopefully another 10 franchises on the cards this year.
We booked a holiday in July in Bali, so we've got 10 nights over there, which is paid for now. I haven't had a holiday for probably nearly 3 years, other than long weekends and things like that. So it's going to be nice to get away with the family for a short amount of time and just really look back and think, well, if we didn't take on the coaching program, we probably wouldn't be doing this.
Since taking Blair on board, especially because he pushed me so hard to get out of working in the business and working on the business, I, for the first time, had weekends off, which was really nice. I didn't even know what to do with myself, actually. I was like, oh, I think I feel like I'm supposed to be at work now. So that was really good. And now we're sort of pushing towards bigger and better things, getting both stores probably to top 10 position in the company, preferably top 8. 5 to 8 I'd be pretty happy with, and then from there, setting some new, bigger and better goals to achieve.
Since working with Blair at Action Coach, our average nightly rate has increased by 134%, our turnover by 74%, and our occupancy has risen from 48 to 92% within a matter of months.
Since Blair's been involved with our business, we've managed to grow our turnover from 2 million to 5.4 million, and our profitability has increased also. And now we're actually looking to, with systems that we're putting in place now with Blair, to grow to that 10 million mark, which was one of our key goals that we put in place at the start of this financial year with Blair.
I've been working with Blair for about 5 months now, and since we've started, we've actually grown 300%, which is awesome. It's what we set out to do, and we've done it, and I'm very happy with that.
I'm passionate about helping my clients grow their numbers and make sense of their numbers. I believe that if you always do what you've always done in your business, you're definitely always going to get what you've always got.
We wanted to take up a coaching program with Action Coach and Bill and Blair. I would recommend them guys just give them a call or send them an email and sit down and just have a meeting, just have a chat with them and just see where they can take their business.
If anyone's thinking about getting coached, I highly recommend Bill and Blair. The benefits with coaching is just unbelievable. I always thought of business coaching as just business itself. It actually is life coaching as well. It's changed my relationship with my wife as well as my team members.
One of the things that working with Blair's done for us is make us realise that we need to think more about ourselves and actually try and organise some time off. I've never had a lot in the way of holidays. When I got involved in the business, I was more than prepared to do the whole work 7 days a week, long hours to get the business on its feet before I even started considering those things.
Since working with Blair and his team, my life has changed. Absolutely. I have weekends for the first time since forever. I see my family a lot more. My business is growing.
I'd say your biggest fear is probably you're doing it tough at the moment. There are tough times out there. Everyone's doing it tough, from lawyers to accountants to restaurateurs, you name it, they're all doing it tough. We're all making the same mistake, which is cutting costs, and everything is cutting. Everything's dwindling, everything's getting worse. You've actually got to spend a little bit of money to make considerably more money. Give it a trial for a month, give it a trial for 2 months, and just see what happens. It's not rocket science.
I feel like I can pick up the phone, call Blair, and we can go out for lunch and we can talk about what we need to talk about at that time, and I walk away from that lunch with more clarity and feel like it's very valuable, because then I've got some good information that I can go and implement in my business.
Since Blair from Action Coach has come on board and implementing the new procedures, I have more time for my kids. I don't get disturbed on weekends, and I'm about to take 4 weeks of holidays of uninterrupted leisure time.